This game ends 2-1. Arsenal win this game, and yeah, a lot of controversy, and we have to probably the Arsenal's first goal. I mean, I think you sort of need luck from time to time. Tottenham got the deflection, off of Saliba, the shot from Son, but the goal on the corner,
Gabriel
Magalhaes, and this is a corners and set pieces have become this thing, obviously.
Arsenal excellence, yeah.
Where I think it's one of the, I think if it's also a strange thing that it's become Arsenal's brand, right? And I think fans are embracing it. Some fans are just like, it's annoying, but like it gets us victories or whatever.
Listen, a win is a win, but yes, like it's great to be. Me personally, I love set pieces.
Okay,
I really do. I just.
Bro, said no one ever, right?
I do. I love set pieces. A lot of the goals that I was able to score were off of set pieces because one, I don't mind going in hard in the box.
Right.
I would score a lot of header goals.
All right.
And also just know where you can run and slot. Also just like get your little diggy elbows in early. But no, kudos to them. Like perfectly placed corner.
Yeah.
Just swung in and then play the ricochet.
But should it have even been a corner? It probably shouldn't have been a corner. I mean, look, I'm not here. I'm the neutral here. And
are you?
And if this is my team, I just say, you chalk it up to the game. And it's
your team is going to get beat this week.
Okay, slow it down. But who was it that the ball hit off of? Was it Trossard?
Trossard.
And Porro, he strikes the ball and it hits off of Trossard and it goes out on him. It shouldn't have even been a corner, and then it leads to a goal. But the problem is with Arsenal is that when there are set pieces now, it is like, yo, this might be a goal. I saw this. I seen a video. What is it? Rory Delap, the guy that does the super long throw-ins.
Yes.
They used to score. Where'd he play? Was it Southampton or whatever? I forgot what team. Anyway, it doesn't matter. So they were so worried about the Rory Delap throw-ins that there were a few moments that goalkeepers used to instead of clearing the ball out for a throw-in whenever there was an opportunity, instead of a corner, instead of it going over the end line, goalkeepers used to hit it over the end line just so they could have a corner versus a long throw-in because they were so terrified of those because they would lead to goals. And then Arsenal is becoming this team where you just don't want them to have corners.
Of course not, but like Solanke own goaled it.
Okay,
because it pinged off him at the last second. And
sure.
It just goes to show there's so many opportunities in a set piece. So I appreciate that. But yeah, like
Carter, from your perspective, I mean, obviously it sucks to lose, but for that particular play, for it to go to that corner when it wasn't a deserved corner, how did you feel about it?
I think we talked about this before the show. As a Tottenham fan, I can't sit and be like, we lost because of a corner. Like, we got outplayed almost the entire game. So I'm not going to sit here and like act like we didn't deserve to lose. But I also don't understand why VAR can't spend 8 seconds looking at that and then tell the ref to make the right call. Like on any corner, not just that corner. Like that feels like that rule can easily be changed and implemented.
Yeah, it seems like a part of the game that shouldn't be that vague, right? Like it clearly went off of an Arsenal player, and then they get the reward of getting the corner and getting the opportunity to have a chance on goal. So, I mean, I don't know. I didn't see the game as they got completely outplayed, but it didn't feel that way to me.
They did.
Okay.
They did.
Did you watch the first 30 minutes? The first 30 minutes were
I felt
brutal.
bad. I legitimately felt bad for Big Ange because he doesn't even deserve this suffering at this point. I know that he always has this very like solemn like post games that are just very reserved to begin with, but that man is already broken. I know he keeps promising, second season trophy has been my consistent way forward, but buddy, I don't think it's happening.
Yeah, I mean, it's hard to judge Tottenham that harshly with like all the injuries and they
right,
look
but
a
like
little
it's
bit.
also how he expects them to play, how he wants players to be used. That isn't necessarily like the one-to-one ability that they have.
Right. I mean, without Van de Ven, they're lost,
Yeah.
bro. That dude
But
is
like
he's the
again,
best
it
player, in my
shouldn't be.
opinion.
It shouldn't come down to one single player.
Sure.
Okay, like Son managed to get that goal. That was a bad moment of Arsenal defending. It was actually abysmal, quite frankly. You had like 6 of them in the box, just arms behind their back, worried about a handball, and not a single one stepped up to Son, and he managed to slot that. So,
but we really gotta talk about the highlight of the game, which was this moment, which was Trossard with the Cruyff turn of all Cruyff turns, and we're looking at the image now, and Pedro Porro, he is just a pretzel. He is twisted. My man is doing Pilates.
He's literally that's a yoga pose, and that would literally be Sleeping Hero if he tips his body back just a little bit more.
Man, this was I mean, this was you see plays like this. You see this like in the NBA. You see a crossover. Oh, my man, they made him touch the earth or whatever. But I was legitimately worried that Porro's like knee exploded. I was like, actually, I mean, I love this sport. I love great plays, wild touchdowns, great dunks. I love this. A player getting embarrassed because of the just supreme skill from the
getting someone sat, sending them for a snack. All those things are wonderful.
And it's like that's the fun and entertaining part of the game. And if Porro's knee exploded, I'd be like, come on, bro, don't do that. Like, we're trying to have a good time.
Because like had his stud stuck in a different way,
right?
It's a wrap. You're at least doing a meniscus right here.
He was, and this is just was a beautiful and fun moment of just, I think, all sports, but of this game in particular, because this is
North London
Derby at the Emirates. You're the opposing player. Like, nobody wants you to succeed at all, right? Except the small section of 2,000 fans in there. And not only did he get completely cut up, and we're seeing his hand on the ground above his ankle. My man is playing Twister.
Right hand red.
Okay, right hand corner flag, left leg penalty spot. It is brutal. I'm like, how you can't? No, you're not supposed to bend like this. And but he's also, after it happens, he looks like he is in pain. He's on the ground for like a long time. The referee has to stop the game because you're only supposed to stop the game for head injuries.
Yeah.
But the ref was like, yo, Trossard, you crossed them up so hard that I gotta ignore all the IFAB rules and we gotta stop the game.
He knotted him up like a cherry stem. Like, how do you just leave that on the field?
This is rough, dog.
Quite frankly, if I were Trossard, I would have this framed and just like hung in my home.
That's right. We had Carling Jackson on the show recently. She goes by the athlete artist, and she paints.
Carling, paint this. This will be your Sistine Chapel.
She painted like Emile Smith Rowe celebrating his first goal. This is the next painting right here for Arsenal. This is why. And I was thinking, I'm like, if I was Porro, what's the best scenario? Like, you are in pain. Do you lay down? Do you try to get up quickly and walk it off? Like, nah, he didn't really get me like that. But his, whether it's choice or whether he was just absolutely just forced, he just laid on the ground and then he went on the sideline. And I'm like, as soon as I saw him walking, I'm like, miracles are real. Like, this is like, you can recover from. My man just tore his AC. I thought he was gonna do a Ricky Pooge, bro.
Oh, no.
This was like, on top of the loss, like whatever. This is. I just think this is not being talked about enough. This is crazy. This is like, you can't let this happen, especially in a derby like the North London Derby. I don't know, bro. I don't know how you recover from this. Your teammates, they're gonna say something. How do you go back to the locker room? I don't know. It's such an incredible moment. The great turn. I can't show it, but like the turn from Trossard was fantastic.
I wish we could play this, because even the ball from Miles Lewis Skelly, the whole thing is beautiful.
Yeah,
run it back at home for sure.